beautiful souls. We'll be making this train case with chipboard and fabric. I will not be making this part, the tray. Mine is going to be completely open for the one made with fabric. Okay, you can, this is designed by Ida, who is Created to Create. Links to purchase this SVG file for any electronic cutting machine is in the description panel below. All right. All right, so I already had done the assembly for this. So, and that's also linked in the description box below. So you will assemble this in the same way it has it in the tutorial. In case you're watching this video for the first time, there is a tutorial on how to put this together. All right, the only thing different here is the sides are long to overlap. In this case, you don't want to do that. So for here, you want to butt them like this because it is chipboard and it's a little bit thicker. So, and this is lightweight chipboard. I would say it's in between the medium weight chipboard and the cereal box weight chipboard. It's in between that. So you want to butt these together, and then when you come around, it's going to overlap here. So what you want to do is, while it's overlapped, you want to trace it, and then whatever you trace, you cut that off, and then you use that to, once it gets cut off, then butt it together. All right, that's all you're going to do. You're going to do that for the bottom and the top. All right, let's see what else. You will need some, any kind of fabric glue. I guess white glue would do it too. I'm not sure how well that's going to hold up, but I'm going to use silicone glue because this is excellent for fabric. And I'm also going to use this white glue because you're going to need 2 of these, and you're going to want to adhere them. This is for the inside of the box, and it's 21 inches long and 4 3/8 inches wide. You would need 2 of these, one to put on the top. We're going to cover this with fabric, and then one for the bottom. I'm not going to cover the one on the bottom with fabric because it's going to be, on surface, and it's going to get really dirty, and there's no way to clean it after that. So I'm going to cover this with designer paper, and I'm also going to laminate it with clear contact paper. So in the event the paper gets a little bit, the underneath gets a little bit dirty because it has the contact paper, I can wipe it off easy. I'm going to add that to this one too. I normally do that. So you're going to also need two more of these in the poster board. Did I mention this was poster board? I don't remember. Anyway, and you're going to trace it, but you're going to cut it a little bit smaller than this, so that, because we're going to cover this with fabric, and the fabric is going to overlap on the sides. So, and you don't want it to be bulky, because there's also fabric going to be wrapped in here as well, and it's going to be too bulky. So make these a little bit smaller than these. And also you're going to choose your fabrics. One for the inside, one for the outside. I'm going to choose this one for the bottom. This fabric. I'm going to be sad when it's finished. And then for the top, I'm choosing this. For the top and the inside of the box, I'm going to choose this one here. All right, and you want to choose fabric that, that has some kind of weight, some kind of thickness or body to it. Not denim, that's way too thick, but in between denim and cotton. Okay, so you don't want wrinkles showing here on the outside. That's why you saw me pulling and tugging and pulling and tugging, especially around the corners, because this is where you're going to get the most, where it bunches up. So you want to make sure that that's in there. And the reason why I cut the folded part that was under here off, because you don't want too much bulk here. You want this, you know, to be nice and flat, okay? That's why I ended up cutting off that. I'm going to do the same thing up here. I'm going to cut this off so it's not too much bulk. We're not going to glue this in the inside yet because we're going to add a closure and we don't want the hardware to be shown through the fabric. So we're not going to do that yet until we add the closure. I do want to mention to when you add in your fabric, I ended up having to attaching another piece because it was too short. So I sewn in, and I did it by hand. I sewed it by hand so that I can make it longer. So you can do that too if you don't have a long enough piece for it to go completely around. And make sure you have enough hanging off for the bottom and the top, especially for the top, because this is going to be when this part gets covered with fabric, that's what's gonna, you know, hold this down like that. And you want that to be clean, okay? You don't want it for this to be too short in here. So the same process we did here, do it here. the same manner that I covered this chipboard with paper, you're going to do the same thing with the fabric, with the remaining oval pieces. So that would be these two and this one. And you're going to fringe it. You're going to cut it where it looks like fringes, just like the paper. And you're going to glue it on. And this one is going to go here. I'm going to cover the top. I went ahead and added the hardware. This only has one hinge in the back as opposed to two small ones like in the cardstock train case that I first created. And I added this. This was like a really dark bronze color, and I just whitewashed it with chalk paint. It was a cream color. I wasn't going to share how I did this because I already did it in the other video, the other tutorial. So there it is. This is the inside, and I did leave the screws in the outside in case I want to change this at a later time. Okay, so now we're going to work on the inside. First thing we're going to do is we're going to glue these two pieces together. Do a dry run first, because I'm noticing that this is a little bit longer than what I wanted. So in the beginning of the video, I told you, I gave you measurements for the length of this, but you're going to ignore that. And I'm not going to tell you what the measurements are because everybody's hands are different. And each person is going to have a different result. So I'm going to draw this line here, and I'm going to actually cut this way because I want this butted. And make sure when you do this that this is against, you know, the bottom all around. Okay. Okay, and it has, because there's fabric and fabric in the inside, fabric on the thing, it's a nice tight fit. And I did add ribbon so this doesn't fall all the way back, because when this is all the way back, the bottom part falls also. And not only that, it doesn't put stress on the hinges, or you know, if you have two hinges or if you have the one hinge like I did here, so it doesn't put stress on it. Okay, and look, oh my god, I love it. And look, you got to make sure you know, when you clip this down, make sure that it fully dries. Otherwise, if you attempt to put this down, this is gonna detach. So make sure that it's glued down really well. Look, I want it to have this pattern peeking up because it's so pretty. So I strategically glue this on here where this would be showing all around. Look how pretty. I love this. I love this file, Ida. I can't express how much I love this file. Like, seriously. All the links will be in the description panel below for the SVG file and for the other videos. And it's super duper sturdy because it's made out of chipboard. Chipboard that's flexible. Remember that. Well, if I forget anything else, I will, you know, do a write-up or something somewhere in the video. Okay? So with that being said, please stay safe. Bless everybody. God bless you all. Love is the key. Let's share, be fair, be filled with love, and love one another. Take good care, everybody.